What building thinking classrooms would I do? Y'all, I am so scatterbrained.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I left all my copies over there and I'm not gonna go get them because you'll know how tired I am.
Thanks.
Good morning. Happy Monday. I am so tired, but it is the first full week of school with students. So I just gotta power through. So I don't have any of my copies ready for today because, I don't know, I guess I was feeling lazy on Friday. I really don't remember. Today we're doing translating expressions, which is honestly pretty easy. So I just have to make sure that I already have my stuff that I'm doing today, thankfully, because I took care of that last week. Go me. So I need to make my copies for today, and I need to, oh, what was the other thing? Make my slides for this week. Now my slides are already made. I just need to make sure that they are updated and good to go. Okay, so let's talk about what I have today. All right, we are doing translating expressions. This is my foldable, so it's gonna fold in like so, and you have all the different operations. And then there's the keywords that we're gonna be writing on the inside, and then a middle with practice. Then I have a basic worksheet for them to do over and over and over again, practice. And then, oh, actually, I need to cut these, but this is like a matching whatever. And I think how I want to do that, I'm not going to do a building thinking classrooms thing today. I don't believe, because I don't know, maybe I will. Actually, today's lesson is really easy, so maybe I will. But the problem is I hate my whiteboards that aren't whiteboards because they're freaking, let me show you. I'm actually not going to get up. Bear with me. Do y'all see that? How disgusting that is. They don't fully erase. This one, on the other hand, whoa, that one looks great. So I actually need to go see, there's another teacher that bought some, and I need to go, oh wait, no, I have one more. I have one more, so that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I could do groups of 4 today. I think that's what I'm gonna do, because I just don't have, anyway. What building thinking classrooms would I do? Y'all, I am so scatterbrained. Let's look at my, what are they called? Clearly I haven't even had a sip of this yet. That's good stuff. Okay, let's look at my slides. See, I had literally one sip of coffee and immediately I was able to find the word I was looking for. Okay, quarter 1, week 2, where are you? It's really funny because these slides I made at the end of last year, so I don't remember what's on here. Oh. Okay. Okay. So I was going to teach them how to sum it up, break it down. And now I don't want to do that. You hear them in the halls? They're coming. They're coming. Hey, day is over. It went fine. We did, what did we do? This little foldable, which I didn't realize until the students pointed it out, but I printed it backwards. So it's supposed to be like the subtraction keywords are underneath the subtraction flap, but that's actually addition. So I just told them, oh, it's like, you see the addition? It's addition. Multiplication, multiplication. Special cases, yeah. Whatever. They noticed, but I don't think they cared very much because it doesn't actually matter that much. So we did that, and then I gave them a worksheet that really threw them for a loop. I only made them do the top part, and they couldn't handle it. It was too confusing. And then we did like a memory game basically with matching the description to the expression. Tomorrow is combining like terms. And I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing. I just need to send this stuff to the printer. Yeah, I think I know what I'm doing. Everyone should have their Chromebooks by tomorrow, but I still don't want to count on, you know, them having them tomorrow. So I'm not going to plan anything on the computer just yet. I have to pee. I've had to pee all day and I just keep not going. Oh, but you know what? I'm frazzled. I'm frazzled. And I don't know why. I'm gonna make my slides for this week. I'm just gonna finish out for the whole week. And then I'm also going to make my copies for tomorrow, or make my, like print out a copy of everything I'm doing tomorrow, and then I'll make the copies in the morning. Because, you know, sometimes something sounds good the day before, and then morning of, I'm like, I don't wanna do this. So, kind of just wait until day of. Good morning. Holy crap, I am so tired. This happens to me every single year where I forget how exhausting the beginning of the year is. I think I could sleep for this entire school day. But let me figure out what I'm doing today. I left myself a to-do list last night, or last afternoon, whatever. So I need to print, I need to make copies, and I need to fix something. So, okay, we're doing combining like terms today, and I found something so cool. Let me show you. It's a amplify that somebody else made. I don't know who. But it's like Uno, okay? So it's Uno, and someone just added variables and negatives and positives to the numbers. So the first thing that you're supposed to do is group what could be played on top of each other. Like so. Okay, thank you. So we have x squared, x, y, and a constant. And then it says, if this was your Uno hand, how would you organize the cards, like in your hand? And so obviously you're gonna organize something like this, you know, the green first and then whatever. And then there's another one. And then this is just kind of taking it from Uno into combining like terms. And they have to do it without the colors. So they have to rely on what the terms are. And then how did you do it? And then grouping, I think that's it. Oh yeah, and then if I played this card, negative 3x squared, and my coworker played this card, is that legal or illegal? And the answer is illegal. So I thought that is so fun. I know yesterday I said I'm not going to do anything with Chromebooks probably this week. I lied. I edited my own Uno deck, and I added the variables. And I made some negative. So I left these as constants, and I didn't add the plus sign because I'm really trying to get them to see that a number by itself is positive. But we'll see. So basically I'm gonna have them do the Desmos activity, then we're gonna do the notes, then we're doing a whiteboard game where I'm just gonna have them on the board, and at their seat they have to combine like terms, show me the whiteboard. And then there's a coloring sheet for them to do, and whoever finishes all of that gets to play Uno, because they go crazy for Uno. So they can play Uno, and it's literally the exact same rules as regular Uno, just now they have a variable on there to maybe kind of cement only other thing is, oh, someone commented on my last video and said for the pseudo whiteboards that I made, like the ones that are just laminated posters, they don't erase well, and they said I should use wet erase markers like Vis-a-Vis. So I need to order some of those actually and try it, because if that's the case and those work, it's gonna be life-changing. Not to be dramatic, it will be life-changing. Okay, 7:48. This is my beverage of choice. Hello? Hello? Okay, beverage of choice. The Witch's Brew Alani. It seems like a sign that the beginning of the school year is when they release these Alanis. Fall is coming. Not soon. It's 109 degrees today, but you know what? It's okay.
Hey guys. Sorry if you can hear my AC, but I'm just now leaving. It's 5:02, so I didn't film much today, sorry. But we had a faculty meeting after school, so that's where I've been. Today just kind of sucked. What did I do? Combining like terms today. And I did that cool Uno thing with them, which I'm pretty sure I talked to you guys about. They didn't get it. They didn't understand the Uno thing. They didn't really care about the Uno thing. And then I did the notes, and they kind of got it. And then I did the activity, which was just a coloring sheet. It was like a color by number, basically, but it was a bunch of different terms. So it had 3x and 5x squared and y squared and 3xy all in different boxes, and you had to color code based on the like terms. So all of the x's you would color red or whatever, all of the xy's you color blue. Why couldn't they do it? I don't know. So that was kind of frustrating, because I was like, yo, I'm not even making you actually combine. I'm just making you identify like terms. But then in 2 of my classes, I had time to pull them basically one at a time to come at my desk. And I just had 12 cards that I had written some x squareds, x, y, and constants on, and had them group them by like terms. And when they were doing it on their own, they got it a little bit better. So I'm hoping that maybe just the coloring sheet was confusing. I don't know. But all of us, we were talking about it during conference, we're all kind of at a loss on what to do, because there's not really an easier way to teach what we're teaching, and they're not engaging with it. Like, they're not, it's like they just don't want to learn. Like, they don't want to put any work in. So again, I'm hoping that maybe this is just the beginning of the year bad mood, and that I can kind of figure out a way to motivate them to want to learn. I don't know. But tomorrow I'm doing distributive property, and I'm worried. I'm a little bit worried, because they struggled today, like really struggled today. And then they struggled a lot on combining integers. And distributive property is essentially those 2 things put together. So I have a notes page, and I'm looking at the notes page, and I'm like, it's spelled out. Like, it's step by step. I can't make it any easier. So I really, yeah, I don't know. But I'm doing that. I have a little worksheet that literally has maybe 12 problems, maybe 16, something like that. And then I'm gonna do a pixel art on distributive property. But we were looking over the test today. So the test for Unit 1, there's not a district test, it's just a paper test. So we created ourselves. And we're looking at the one that we used last year, and I'm like, I don't see most of my kids passing this. You know, next week we get into equations, and maybe that's when things will start clicking. It's just so frustrating because the whole point of teaching is like meet them where they're at, but then I can't modify the assessments to meet them where they're at, like the district assessments. So it's like I have to choose between meeting them where they're at or preparing them for the test. I can't do both because there's just not enough time. So I have to pick one. And it's like, what should I be prioritizing? Because both are going to end in my students failing. Let's be honest. If I can't do both, if I'm just meeting them where they're at, then I'm not providing enough rigor for them to do well on the test. And if I'm just preparing them for the test, they're not understanding the lesson. They're not doing anything. They're not getting it. They're not learning. So they're not going to do well on the test. I honestly might go back and watch last year's vlogs from the beginning of the year just to see like if I was having the same conversations at the beginning of last year, because I don't remember. I don't remember. So I think I might go back and watch some vlogs and see what was going through my head at the beginning of last school year. I don't know. But anyway, I'm headed home. I have to go to Walmart to pick up stuff for supper because we ran out.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday. My desk is a wreck. It's a wreck. But just, hey, PSA, get to know your IT person because there's going to be things that go wrong and you don't know how to fix it. And knowing them is going to make your day a lot easier. My screen, my IFP, Clear Touch, whatever, yesterday would not turn on, like the PC side of it. So we have a PC side and an Android side. We all use the PC side. This is what we use. So it would not turn on. Couldn't get it. I restarted it. I shut it down, turned it back on. I tried everything, all of the troubleshooting things. Couldn't get it to work. So I had to use the Android side yesterday. Oh my gosh. It was the worst. It was so slow and so ugly. So anyway, this morning it still wouldn't turn on. So I submitted a help desk ticket because that's what we were supposed to do. And she literally came within 5 minutes of me submitting it and fixed it. I don't know what she did. I was watching. It looked like she did exactly what I did, but it worked for her. So magic hands. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to hope it doesn't turn off again. So went to Walmart yesterday. Got me a pack of these. These are semi-permanent markers, ultra fine. What the heck? Oh, okay. So these are fine, these are ultra fine. So it's permanent until you want it gone, and if you want it gone, you just do wet, like water. It's water activated erasing. So let me, because again, I want to try these on. Why do I want to try these? I'm torn on literally what to do, but anyway, it's fine. I'm having too many thoughts at once. I'm not articulating any of them. So I'm gonna rip these bad boys open and hope that they work on my faux whiteboards. I definitely don't want to give up on building thinking classrooms yet. Does it say what these are? These are the ultra fine ones. Oh dang, that is ultra fine. So I don't want to give up on building thinking classrooms. Part of it is just, they're not used to it still. Anyways, I'm gonna keep with it. So I went out and bought markers. But anyway, my battery's about to die because I left it here overnight. So I'm gonna charge you guys for a minute and then check back in whenever I remember to, honest. I was just making my copies for today in the workroom. And one of my coworkers comes up to me and he's like, "How are you?" And I was like, "I'm good." And he said, "Are you sure? You look tired." And I said, "Thank you." I'm so tired. So I'm glad that it is obvious. But it's fine. It's fine. Everyone's tired. Everyone's tired. It's truly like my brain, maybe all of our brains, block out how exhausting the beginning of the year is. Because every single year I'm like, wow, this year is different. No, it's not. No, it's not. You just forgot. You were this tired last year. You were this tired the year before. Especially the year before. That was my first year. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That first year was rough. I also look tired probably because I didn't really do any makeup because I woke up. No, actually no. I woke up and I got out of bed on time. And then I just sat there for about 20 minutes doing nothing. Because I was like, it took me 20 minutes to wake up and like come back to doing distributive property today. Let me show you my notes and everything else. So my warm up today, I left all my copies over there and I'm not gonna go get them because you'll know how tired I am. Anyway, I printed out a half sheet that my coworker made. Y'all, I have the best team, okay? I have the best team. Print it out. It's like a calculator how-to cheat sheet thing because these kids have never used a scientific calculator before. So it like just has everything. I'm gonna have them glue that into their notebook. And then there's just a page of like basic problems. Actually, I can pull it up right here and I can show you. So that's it. Very basic. It has basic operations, exponents, fractions, all of that sort of stuff, conversion, everything that they kind of need to know. So I'm gonna have them do that as a warm-up. Hopefully it doesn't take all day. And then my notes, this is my foldable distributive property. This is it. That's all I got. I was like, I don't know. And the way that I teach it is mama bird, baby bird, because actually, let me get you my, here. So this is my key that I've already worked through, and I did this at the end of last year. So do I remember doing it? No, but it's fine. So mama bird is on the outside of the nest. The mama bird has to feed all of the babies inside the nest. Otherwise, she's a bad mom, and she's gonna starve her baby birds. So in order to feed them, she's multiplying, okay? So mama bird feeds baby bird number 1, baby bird number 2. Distributive property. And it actually worked pretty well with my last year kids. Like, sorry, my throat, I feel like I just can't clear it. There we go. My last year kids actually did a pretty good job of like remembering the mama bird, baby bird, to the point where like if they had to do something and they weren't sure what to do, they were like, oh, is this mama bird? And I'm like, yeah. So it's not necessarily like a strategy to remember, like a trick or anything, but it is just like something to help them remember. You gotta multiply all of them. So distributive property riddle, very basic. And I mean basic. Like this is basic. And they get all the answers with this one. The other thing that I'm doing is there's a pixel art I think that I'm doing. I kind of just gave up on the whole, no Chromebooks. I'm tentatively giving up on that, okay? Here we go. For now, because I am just so... This is the pixel art. So we have a problem here. It's 3 times x plus 2. So over here, you would type in 3. Okay, I'm on view only. Okay, perfect. Basically, whenever I type in the correct answer, it'll turn green and some of these pixels will change colors. It will, like all the colors make a picture. So that's good because it helps them like, it's self-checking. So they're not asking me constantly. We're not meeting as a PLC today because today there's some testing happening. And so some people on our team are having to go cover other testing rooms. So we're just not gonna meet today. Luckily, I'm not one of them. Praise the Lord. So I have time. This is the time that I've needed to like get my crap together. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get my crap together. Okay, today went so much better than yesterday. And I think it's mainly because they understood today's lesson. It was distributing. They did pretty well with it. I had them do the little riddle and then the pixel art, and they seemed to enjoy both. So that's a win. And then I have like a million things that I need to do. Let me just, okay, so I need to do something about my SPED. I just have to do something with SPED. I want to number all my calculators. I want to sharpen all my pencils, because of what I decided is I'm going to have a pencil and a calculator in each pocket. And then when you come to class, if you need a pencil, you use the one that matches your desk number. Oh, it's not hot, but it's that temperature where it's warm enough to make my head hurt, but it's not hot. This calculator just straight up don't work. I've put like 8 different batteries in it and none of them work, so that's awesome. But then I also have to figure out what I'm doing tomorrow. So priorities. Number 1, I need to figure out what I'm doing tomorrow. I already know the foldable, I just need the assignments. It's simplifying expressions. It is combining both things that we did yesterday, or both things from yesterday and today. Tomorrow. So it'll be combining like terms and distributive property. And then I am going to introduce Delta Math tomorrow, which is an online platform for math. So I'm going to introduce that tomorrow, but that's all I know. So I need to find stuff for that. I have been going through all of my stuff from last year, and I don't know if I just wasn't saving my extra copies from last year, or if I didn't have enough, or what, but like I don't have anything on simplifying expressions, so that means I have to find something. Good morning, happy Thursday. It's cold, not cold, but it's cool in here. Like it's a comfortable temperature, but it's humid. I don't understand. It's okay, I'm not gonna complain about it because it is what it is. I don't know if you can tell, but my screen is kind of fogging up. Not as bad as the other day, but not great. Okay, so when I left yesterday, I don't remember what I was doing, and I didn't leave myself a note. So I have no idea what needs to be done. It looks like I have my copies for today, so that's good. Oh, I still need to do this. Yes, oh, yes, okay. Yesterday I was like, I have so much to do. And it was all this stuff, and I didn't get to any of this because priorities, I had to figure out what I was teaching today. I got here a little bit early because I might be leaving a little bit early today, depending. I might need to be taking my husband to the doctor. So I'm gonna wait for him to wake up and let me know what he needs from me. But oh my goodness. Okay, so one thing I will say is last year I changed my seating chart like every 2 weeks, it feels like, because I just could not figure out a way to separate the people who needed to be separated. However, I'm thinking maybe this year I just won't do that this year. Maybe I will just keep the current seats for the rest of the year and kind of force them to be okay with it. Okay, so right now I have my little label maker, and I'm going to number all of my calculators. Is this the best way to do it? Probably not. If I had a like silver Sharpie or a gold Sharpie, then I could just write and it'd be so much faster, but I don't. And I don't really feel like going to look for one. Oh wait, I have a white paint marker. That would be so much easier. That's what I'll do. Okay, save you for later. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, so I think I mentioned yesterday that I was gonna put a pencil in each calculator pocket, and that way if they need a pencil they can borrow one. Well, now I'm putting washi tape on the pencils, like so. I don't know why it won't focus, but whatever. Because I think one, it's cute. Two, and the main reason, is it's kind of obnoxious. And so hopefully they will remember, oh, this pencil is not mine, and they will put it back. But the good news is, since it's all numbered, before they leave, I can just take a peek at the pockets and see, oh, number 14, you didn't put your pencil back. Go put your pencil back. Now, am I gonna have to deal with, I didn't even use a pencil. Someone else must have used it, probably. It's not a foolproof plan, but it is what it is. That's how I'm spending my morning. Okay, so in an effort to get more teachers eligible for TIA, they have to be tested subjects. Well, a lot of high schools not tested. So the only things that are tested are like the EOC STAR test. So Algebra 1, English 1, and maybe English 2, and World History. And I think that's it. Or US History. So they are doing, so in every other class they're doing pre and post tests. They give them a test at the beginning of the year and then either the same exact test or a very similar test at the end of the year so they can measure growth. Well, they're doing that yesterday and today, and they can't have the teacher give the test because they could help their students cheat or something, I don't know. Which, why would you help them on the pre-TIA? I would say, hey, just guess on this one, that way your growth is huge, but that's just me. Maybe I game the system. But anyway, so I had to go cover a class, and I get there and there's a sub, and the sub is like on the phone with someone trying to figure out her password. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I talked to the kids, I'm like, okay, well, you guys check Edugen, see if there's a test, and there wasn't. So I was like, okay. So I waited 10 minutes. I was like, I'll give it 10 minutes and we'll see if the test ever pops up, because sometimes it takes a while. I waited 10 minutes, the test never popped up, so I was like, okay, well, I guess none of you have a test. So I just wasted 15 minutes of my PLC. Some people who had to cover had to stay the whole time because the kids took the whole time. So at least I didn't lose my entire PLC or conference. And oh my gosh, it's hot in here. I have like 20 minutes. I'm gonna finish my pencils. Even though it's a low priority, it'll just help my brain to do that. And then figure out whatever else I need to get done before kids come. Good morning and happy Friday. So yesterday I actually left school right after fourth period because I needed to get home and take my husband to urgent care. And then today we're unhappy with the results from the urgent care. So I'm basically on call, like I'm waiting for him to potentially go to the ER, and if he does that, I'm out of here. So I'm hoping that he can hold on until 3, which is when my last class ends, but at the same time, he's more important than this, it's a class. So I'm going to make sure that my sub binder is ready to go with stuff for today. So that's what's going on. Obviously, my husband matters more than my job. And I feel like everyone at school understands that, so. But I haven't told anyone that I'm leaving yet because I don't know if I'm leaving yet. And I feel like maybe I should tell someone, but also, I don't know. I'm just kind of waiting until around 10, because that's when he usually feels worse. The worst is around 10. So if he doesn't go to the ER himself around 10, I'm probably good to wait and just leave early at 3. But if he does end up taking himself, then I'm out of here, so. Okay, so yesterday during 4th, we had some SILT leaders and master teacher come in to all of our rooms and just see how things are going. Basically what they were looking for was procedures, and they came in. It went great, you know. I mean, I didn't change what I was doing because they came in. I just kept doing my thing. But then the SILT leader came to me after and was like, wow, the other people were so impressed with y'all's classes because they went to all of Algebra 1. They were like, they get it now why Algebra 1's scores keep going up, and it's because you have a great team of teachers. Like, thanks. So, and then my dean just emailed everyone whose classroom they went to, I guess. I don't know how she does it, but she sends emails and I can't see who she sent it to. I can just tell that it came from her, but I know she didn't send it to just me. But it's like where it normally says who she sent it to is blank. How do they do that? Are we all BCC'd? I don't know. But anyway, she just said they were very impressed. You know, strong systems and procedures were definitely evident in your room. And then she says that she'll send us some specific feedback that they gave later. This was just like a, hey. So that always makes me feel good. I feel like I'm extremely hard on myself. Like, I am extremely hard on myself as a teacher because I know what I want my classroom to look like. And so it's really easy for me to compare that with what it actually looks like. And obviously what I want is unattainable and it's never going to happen, right? Because, you know, no one's perfect. But so having like an outside person come in and like be impressed and give me encouragement, I'm just like, okay, yay. So anyway, I need to get a move on because I got here late today because I was so tired. I was so tired. I stayed in bed far too late. Alrighty, well, I'm headed home. It is 6 o'clock. Today went great. Like, overall, it was a pretty good day. I did a building thinking classrooms activity as not as a warm-up, but like to start the class. And it was split 25. So you had to decompose 25 into its atoms and then multiply them together. So 20 plus 5, you'd multiply them. 20 times 5 is 100. And then you're trying to see who can come up with the biggest number. So ultimately, the more add-ins you have, the larger a number you can come up with. I think the biggest one we came up with today was in the 6,000s. I don't really remember what it was though. But my first period had a ton of fun with it. Like, they were really into it. They were super competitive with it. It was great. My next class, they just weren't really feeling it. Like, they were not engaged with it. They kept trying to talk to each other across the room. But that class, I have some attitude problems in that class that I'm dealing with. So I just shut that down and we did notes, and they got their act together. So I think they're just not quite ready for the freedom of up around the room activities. And then my last class, they did fine with it until they got bored, and then I shut it down and they were fine. So that was cool. And then it was evaluating expressions, which is very easy, and everyone loved it because they understood it. Like, it was easy, so they were able to do everything. So that was good. Overall, like I said, it was a good day. And then in 5th period conference, me and 2 of the other teachers on my team were planning out next week, and I was like updating my grades. Oh, I had to submit my appeal for TIA. I submitted my appeal for TIA, so hopefully, I don't know how long it takes for them to let me know whether or not they're approving it, but I'll let you guys know when I know. So I'm currently exemplary appealing for masters, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we were planning, and we just work so well together, and we were just talking, and we just meshed so well together. Like, it was just so fun, and we ended up working for like 2 hours straight, hence why it's now 6 o'clock and I'm just heading home. But you know what, some days it'd be like that. I ended up, if you're worried, my husband is fine. He decided he did not need to go to the ER today. He started feeling a little bit better, so I will keep monitoring that. Prayers appreciated if you pray. But
you know, we're good. I don't think the ER is in our future, hopefully. So that is, no way was this the first week of school. Like the first full week of school. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It feels like we've been back at school for a month. What the heck? Okay. Well, happy first full week of school. I don't know how, it feels like we've been there forever, but it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this week with me. As always, if you made it this far, go ahead and like my video, comment down your thoughts, questions, suggestions, comments, encouragements, etc. And go ahead and subscribe so that I can see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye.